Hey everyone! In this tutorial, I'm going to explain the scheduler in FlyHub. The scheduler is available in two places: schedules and historical routes. Use the scheduler when you want FlyHub to generate a full itinerary for you instead of booking one route at a time. Manual bid is for searching and booking one route yourself. Scheduler is for telling FlyHub what kind of trip you want, then letting FlyHub build the legs. Let's start with schedules. Open Schedules from the sidebar, then choose Scheduler. Schedules uses current official FlyHub airline routes. Free users can generate itineraries from the 5 weekly rotating airlines and their 1 monthly airline choice. Captain users can generate itineraries from all active official FlyHub airlines. The first setting is Number of Legs. This controls how many flights FlyHub will try to generate. For example, if you choose 3 legs, FlyHub will try to build a 3-flight itinerary. Each leg becomes its own booking when you save the itinerary. Next is routing type. There are 3 routing types: random, continuous, and round trip. Random builds a set of valid routes from your filters. Use it when you do not care if every flight connects perfectly and just want routes that match your rules. Continuous builds a chain where each flight tries to continue from the previous arrival airport. Use this when you want the trip to feel like a real journey. For example, Leg 1 lands in Chicago, then Leg 2 starts from Chicago. Round trip builds outbound and return pairs from a hub. Use it when you want routes that leave a hub and come back to the same hub. Round trip requires an even number of legs because every outbound leg needs a return leg. If you choose an odd number, FlyHub may warn you or fail to generate the itinerary correctly. Now let's talk about airports. For continuous routing, you can set a start airport and an end airport. These tell FlyHub where the first leg should begin and where the final leg should finish when possible. For round-trip routing, you set the round-trip hub. This is the airport FlyHub uses as the base for the outbound and return pairs. There is also Avoid round-trip duplicates. When enabled, FlyHub tries not to use both directions of the same route in one itinerary. For example, if it already used KJFK to KBOS, it tries not to also use KBOS to KJFK. Next are airline filters. Choose the airline or airlines you want FlyHub to use. Scheduler needs at least one eligible airline. Next is aircraft. Use aircraft filters when you want the itinerary to use certain aircraft types. If you do not care what aircraft you fly, leave this broad. If you want a specific type, select it. For example, you can generate only A320 routes, 737 routes, E-Jet routes, or any other supported aircraft type available in the data. Aircraft filters narrow every generated leg, so each leg must match the aircraft rules you selected. Next are distance and flight time. Distance range filters each generated leg by nautical miles. Use this to control flight length. For short hops, keep the distance low. For medium routes, use a mid-range distance. For longer flights, increase the range. Flight time works the same way, but by estimated duration. Use it if you know how much time you want each leg to take, such as around 1 hour, 2 hours, or longer. Be careful with tight filters. If you combine distance, flight time, aircraft, airlines, and airport rules too strictly, FlyHub may have fewer routes to work with or none at all. If generation fails or returns too few legs, loosen the filters. Now let's talk about airport rules. Airport rules give you more control over which airports can appear in the itinerary. You can include airports, which tells FlyHub to try to use them, or exclude airports, which tells FlyHub to avoid them. An airport cannot be both included and excluded. If you are using round-trip mode, do not exclude the hub. Airport rules are useful when you want a trip that includes airports you like, avoids airports you do not want, or follows a certain region. These rules can also be saved as presets, so you can reuse the same include or exclude rules later. Finally, let's talk about scenery preference. Scenery preference works with the scenery scanner in settings. If you scanned your simulator scenery or manually added airports that cannot be scanned, FlyHub can use that list while generating itineraries. There are three main modes: off, prefer, and only. Off means FlyHub does not care whether you have scenery installed. Prefer means FlyHub will try to use airports from your scenery list when possible, but it can still use other airports if needed. Only means FlyHub will only generate routes using airports from your scenery list. Use this carefully, because if your scenery list is too limited, FlyHub may not find enough valid routes. Now let's move to historical routes. Open historical routes, then choose Scheduler. The historical scheduler works like the normal scheduler, but instead of current routes, it uses historical route data. This feature is available for Captain users. Use it when you want FlyHub to generate itineraries from older routes, retired routes, historical airline versions, defunct carriers, or past aircraft operations. The main difference is the year filter. You can select a specific year or keep the search broader. This matters because airline routes and fleets change over time. An airline may have flown one route in 2003, a different route in 2012, and a completely different network today. Next, choose the airline or historical airline version you want. Historical routes can include older airline brands, merged airlines, retired versions, or defunct carriers. After that, set the number of legs and routing type just like in the normal scheduler. You can use random, continuous, or round trip, depending on the kind of itinerary you want. Round trip still works best with an even number of legs. You can also set a start airport, end airport, or round trip hub if needed. Historical scheduler supports full ICAO codes like KJFK and prefix searches like KJ, EG, LF, or LE. Prefix searches are useful when you want to browse a region instead of choosing one exact airport. Aircraft filters are especially important here. They let you create era-specific trips using classic widebodies, older narrowbodies, retired regional aircraft, or aircraft that an airline no longer operates today. The available aircraft list depends on the selected year and airlines. Distance, flight time, airport rules, and scenery preference work the same way as in the normal scheduler, so use them only if you need more control. When everything is ready, click Generate Itinerary. Historical data can be more limited than current schedules, especially if your filters are too narrow. If FlyHub cannot find enough legs, try widening the year range, selecting more airlines or aircraft, increasing the distance range, or removing some airport restrictions. Once the itinerary looks good, choose aircraft for any leg that requires it, then save it to My Flights. Historical bookings will be marked as historical in My Flights and in your logbook. So in short, use Schedule Scheduler for current airline itineraries. Use Historical Scheduler for older, retired, or era-specific itineraries. Pick your year, airline version, legs, routing type, airports, aircraft, and filters. Then generate, review, choose aircraft if needed, and save to My Flights.